Firearms prices are climbing, and some of the best semi-auto pistols on the market are becoming harder to find. With demand surging and manufacturers struggling to keep up, the window to grab these handguns at a fair price is closing fast. Which pistols are worth picking up before they become overpriced? Out of stock, or worst, restricted? In this video, we'll talk about 7 must-have semi-auto pistols that combine performance, reliability, and value. Whether you're after a high-capacity 1911, a modern take on a Browning high-power, or an innovative 5.7mm design, there's something here for everyone. From optics-ready Judy guns to competition-ready tack drivers, we'll break down what makes each of these worth a spot in your collection. Gerson Witness 2311 MatchX. Anyone searching for a double-stack 1911 style pistol that won't break the bank will likely hear about the Gerson Witness 2311 MatchX. This model is chambered in 9mm and integrated single-port compensator that attaches flush with the front of a 5-inch bull barrel. That design choice keeps the overall profile relatively compact while taming muzzle rise and recoil. People who have spent time with it on the range say it's surprisingly easy to control during rapid-fire drills, and it's hard not to notice how smoothly it tracks from one target to the next. Gerson lightened the slide by machining cuts toward the front. These cuts reduce weight, but they also add a bit of style, which some folks appreciate if they like a pistol that looks as good as it shoots. The sight include a fiber optic up front, combined with a fully adjustable blackout rear. Mounting a red dot is a straightforward process because the slide is milled for an RMSC footprint, and the plate for the rear side can be removed in just a few steps. The grip frame is aluminum, so the pistol weighs around 34.87 ounces. That weight helps manage recoil without making it unwieldy. An extended beaver tail protects the shooting hand, while the aggressive texture ensures a solid hold in all sorts of conditions. Ambidextrous thumb safeties are standard, which is good news for left-handed friends or anyone who trains to shoot offhand if necessary. The factory trigger is typically around 4.5 pounds, with a consistent break and a short reset that helps with quick follow-up shots. 2 magazines are included, one with a 17-round capacity and another that holds 20. That's enough firepower to avoid constant reloading at the range. Many people like that the pistol is priced more affordably than comparable double-stack 1911 style models. The MSRP of $1,069 is already decent, and some shops list it to closer $999. Fusion Firearms Hermox XP Pro 2011. Fusion Firearms decided to collaborate on a pistol that captures the classic 1911 feel but accommodates easy-to-find Glock 17 magazines. That led to the Hermox XP Pro, which sits in a price range of roughly $1,099 for the black version and $1,199 if you want the chrome finish. Anyone looking at double-stack 1911 designs has probably noticed that proprietary mags can get pricey, so being able to use Glock mags is a big plus, especially for someone who already owns a few. These features alone has turned the heads of those who prioritize practicality and easy access to spare magazines. A 4-inch tri-top slides define the overall appearance. Vent cuts near the front keep the slide mass under control, and pro-cocking serrations along the slide make it more convenient to manipulate. Fusion Firearms chose Tanifer QPQ for the steel frame's finish, which enhances wear resistance. The chrome model adds a hard chrome coating over that Tanifer for folks who like a different color scheme or prefer a multiple protective layers. The company uses an aluminum grip section which has chain link style texturing on the sides and a checkered front strap. It feels very secure, even when your hands might be a bit sweaty or when you're wearing thinner shooting gloves. The pistol includes a removable magwell, and that feature is appreciated by shooters who want quicker reloads during competitions or defensive drills. Ambidextrous thumb safeties plus a pro slide stop with a wide paddle suggest that this design is meant for those who demand user-friendly controls. People who are already fan of the 2011 style pistol platform might appreciate the attention to detail and the use of widely available Glock mags. The XP Pro's price point puts it within reach of many who want a modern double-stack 1911 but don't want to pay top dollar. Military Arms Corporation Judy 9. The Judy 9 has been generating buzz among those who want a Judy-sized double-stack 9mm that builds on the 1911 single-action design. Military Armament Corporation teamed up with TISAs in Turkey to produce this pistol to max standards. Everything starts with a 4140 steel frame and slide, followed by Tenifer QPQ treatment and an additional layer of black Cerakote on top. The 5-inch bull barrel with its 11-degree target crown is meant to squeeze as much accuracy as possible out of your shots. What makes it quite appealing for many people is the polymer grip module that lowers the overall weight compared to an all-steel double stack. There's also a removable aluminum magwell if you want an easier path to slam home fresh magazines, or if you'd rather go without it for a more streamlined carry. The pistol typically ships with two 17-round magazines, cleaning gear, a cable lock, and a lockable hard case. An RMR footprint optic can be mounted directly to the slide, and fiber optic front sights combined with a serrated black rear keep things simple if you prefer irons. The factory single-action trigger is said to be around 4.75 pounds. The skeletonized hammer, along with the overall crispness of the break, gives it a solid 1911 style feel. Mac is aiming this primarily at those who might carry it for duty use, but plenty of people view it as an all-around defensive or ranged pistol. Some see it as a gateway into double-stack 1911 territory without spending a fortune. EAA Gerson MCP35 PIP. Anyone who appreciates the Browning high-power history might find the EAA Gerson MCP35 PIP interesting. This pistol updates the classic design with modern touches while retaining the slimness and feel that made the original so popular. It weighs about 1.6 pounds thanks to an aluminum alloy frame. And there's a 3.88-inch barrel that makes it more compact than older high-power variants. Carrying this pistol is easier on the hip compared to a full-size steel frame. The MCP35 PIP sports an extended beaver tail, an undercut trigger guard, and G10 grips that are thinner than traditional wooden panels. The flat trigger breaks around a 90-degree angle, and the absence of a magazine safety means you get a cleaner trigger pull, an element some prefer for defensive or range use. The pistol is also optics ready, with an RMS-RMSC footprint on the slide, and an accessory rail on the frame accommodate lights or lasers if you want more versatility. Many people who've put it through its paces report reliable feeding with a variety of hollow points, which is reassuring if you intend to rely on it for protection. The MSRP is around $659, and some folks consider that fair pricing for a modern interpretation of high power. There are a few quirks that some might notice. For instance, the dust cover has a warning about the owner's manual, and the serial number is quite long. These cosmetic details don't affect function, but they might bother those who prefer a cleaner look. The rail doesn't fit every light on the market, so it's worth checking which models are compatible. GPArms Gilbert Perez Patriot. The GPArms Gilbert Perez Patriot is made entirely in the United States and is designed to satisfy shooters who want a performance-oriented 1911 style pistol. The 4.8-inch 9mm version is particularly interesting because it's a threaded bull barrel, which make it easy to attach muzzle devices or a suppressor. The extra length can also help a bit with velocity and sight ranges, but the real draw is how well it handles recoil. That heavier bull barrel works alongside a slide that has been lightened in key spots, so the pistol tracks quickly between targets and doesn't beat up your hands. Some folks have gone with the 7075 aircraft-grade aluminum frame to keep weight down, while others prefer 416 stainless steel for a bit more heft and stability. The polymer grip module is shaped for comfort, and the texture feels grippy enough for extended range time without wearing on your palms. The trigger is a flat skeletonized aluminum design that breaks in the 3 to 3.5 pound range and it has a short take-up plus a positive reset. That combination encourages accurate fire during rapid strings, making this pistol popular among competitive shooters. GPArms typically include a 20-round double-stack MBX magazine, and 22-rounders are also available if you're the type who doesn't like reloading often. A steel magwell, ambidextrous safeties, and a full-length guide rod are there to support both reliability and user convenience. The Patriot can be had in different configurations, and the version with a stainless slide and frames plus a red dot optic usually hits around $2,300. That's not cheap, but the brand has been building a reputation for standing behind its products. When minor issues pop up, GPArms has taken care of them quickly. Shooters who want something that feels custom but don't want to wait for a full-on custom shop build should consider whether the Patriot fits their style. It's another solid reason to think about jumping into double-stack 1911 world, especially if you like a pistol tuned for competition right out of the gate. Celtic PR57. Celtic caught a lot of folks off guard by revealing the PR57 at the 2025 SHOT Show. It's chambered in 5.7 by 28mm and is designed as a top-loading clip-fed system. That design approach slims down the grip and shaves weight, and at about 13.86 ounces unloaded. The PR57 is notably lighter than other 5.7 pistols out there. Some people wondered if it would be awkward to load, but Celtic includes two 10-round stripper clips, allowing you to push 20 rounds in from the top. The total capacity is 20 plus 1, which is enough for a wide range of scenarios. The rotary barrel is another interesting choice. It helps manage recoil, which is already minimal in this caliber, and keeps the overall design compact. Nobody wants to fumble around with a bunch of steps just to take their pistol apart. So Celtic made field stripping a breeze. All you do is push the trigger forward until it unlocks the slide, and then the top comes right off. That means faster cleaning session and fewer headaches when it's time to do maintenance. Celtic also caught the slide for popular micro red dots, which is increasingly expected these days with an MSRP of $399. It appears to be one of the most affordable ways to try out the 5.7 cartridge if you've been on the fence about buying a pistol in that caliber. There might be a learning curve with the top loading process, but those who have shot it find it a neat alternative to typical magazine-fed designs. It's worth keeping an eye on, especially since 5.7 has been gaining traction in the defensive and target markets. CZ Shadow 2 Target. The CZ Shadow 2 Target aims directly at bullseye competition popular in European circles. This version is a single-action 9mm with an MSRP projected around $2,599.99 and is scheduled to launch in the second quarter of 2025. Many folks are curious because CZ has a track record of success in IPSC, USPSA, and other shooting sports. The idea here is to give target shooters a pistol that can be adjusted and refined until it fits like a glove. The trigger is one of the main highlights. CZ allows shooters to modify pull weight from about 6 newtons to 17 newtons. That means you can set it very light for competition or move it heavier if you prefer more feedback. The straight shoe can also be positioned in 5 different spots, so short finger or long fingered shooters can find a spot that feels natural. You can tweak take up and over travel to remove any slops and get a crisp break. The barrels comes in 5-inch or 6-inch lengths, and they're cold hammer forged with a protective crown around the muzzle. The slide has revised serrations in the front and rear to help you rack it confidently, and you get fully adjustable LPA rear sight for windage and elevation. The frame includes an undercut beneath the trigger guard so your hand can ride higher. That geometry puts your grip closer to the bore axis, which helps reduce muzzle flip and keep sights on target. G10 grips and extra texture in the front and back of the frame improve control. Shooters who want a pistol that doesn't shift around at all can add weights in the frame to get the balance perfect for slow fire disciplines. The magazine release is low profile, and the slide stop is also shaped to avoid snagging on gear or clothing. This version might be overkill if you only want a casual range gun, but it's a legitimate contender for serious precision shooting. And those are the 7 semi-auto pistols that deserve your attention before availability becomes an issue. Whether you're eyeing the high-tech CZ Shadow 2 target, the rock-solid Mac Judy 9, or the innovative Celtic PR57, each one offers something unique. Which of these pistols are you most interested in? Drop a comment below and let us know, and while you're at it, hit like, share this with your fellow firearm enthusiasts, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss out more content like this.